This is Guns, Knives, and Watches with the ZT, a real beast. And I wish all of the ZT product line lived up to this. Of course, this is the 550 ZT Hinderer design, 0550. This is Gen 3. I've shown it on video before. I'm going to go through the basics of its design and why this Gen 3 is so much better than a lot of the other ones. Don't go off someone's just review. Go out and buy this, because that is most of the time not right. They change the names of things, they change this, that, or the other. You're going to have to look at how they're built, how they're manufactured, this, that, or the other. This is the third generation 0550. The 0550 has been discontinued. I think I bought the very last one that they had at Knife Center, or wherever the hell. Yeah, Knife Center. Why did I buy it? Well, I was watching this guy's channel, the Apostle P, and he's, of course, very religious. That's cool. He can be religious. I have no problem with people being religious, because that's the way our government, that's the way our country, that's the way our shit is. Here's the deal. The dude has a lot of really cool things to say. He, like most people, lives a very just normal life, okay? So he comes at things from that point of view, and you have to understand that when you're watching anyone's videos. My life's been extremely violent. I come at it from a very violent point of view. If you want to deal with violence, you want to be in hell, I can tell you how to exist there, because I feel very comfortable in hellish situation. It's when things are peaceful I have problems. Through living in those hellish situations and living through all that bullshit, I have learned that this knife, the 0550, is very overbuilt. But is it cool? Yes. But with the hard-earned dollar, the people not making the money that they used to, this, that, or the other, would I recommend any other 550 that doesn't look exactly like mine? And I'm going to go through some of the characteristics. There are some general characteristics. It is a titanium framed with G10 scales. Am I changing it? No. He changes his and and takes them all apart and puts a real crazy edge on them. I don't. Real shit. It's okay if mine just has a utilitarian edge and I go up to 1,000 grit and we rock out. Some of them I just use a sharp maker on, but we're rocking and rolling. You can do very fine edges with a sharp maker, but it takes a little bit of time, considering the fact that you only have a 40 and a 30 degree setting. That's going to be 20 and 15 degrees on each side. Well, why did I buy this? One, because, and this is 3 minutes in, it has S35V blade. All of the other ones are in the past, okay, have used, or most of them have used LMAX, or they've used something else, okay. I like S30V. I like S35VN, which is what this is. Has a good, cool stone-washed finish. We have thumb studs there. It is not a flipper. Normally, I would have bought the flipper, but the 0560 and 561 are such crappy designs, and I have seen so much variation on the internet. There is no possible way I'm going to put my money in something like that, considering the cost of them. What else did I really like about it? It's not a super big knife. It's not overly tall through that dimension. It's wide, It has a deep carry pocket clip, titanium frame lock, of course. It uses big hardware. It has a hexagonal thing, and some of the stuff I'm parroting off other people, mainly Apostle P and a few other people, but I can't remember their names right now. And the only reason I remember his name is because I have that minor in religious studies, so I remember the Apostle Paul, and that's just the way it is. This one has a few characteristics. Of course, I've said in the past, this one has a metal locking bar that folds in there like that, man. And I hope this is picking this up on video. Let's get it focused. has a piece of metal in there that actually is the locking bar. Let's get it a little out a little more and see if we can get a little more visualization on there. Okay. Now there's no skeletonization on this side, of course, because nothing comes through there. I guess you could hollow out an area. There's a big one hollowed out there, and I need to talk about that area here in a second. The other side has this big mammoth channel just kind of going through it all the way back to where the pocket clip is, which is why those two holes for a left-hand tip-up carry are in a different place here and here. Totally different location. It uses phosphor bronze bushings instead of the bearings. I like the phosphor bronze bushings, especially on a titanium frame, because more surface area contact, this, there, or the other. The bearings may be smoother, maybe this, maybe that, but I think over time and just strength, this is a better setup. Now, the reason I didn't buy the 560 was because a lot of them have round screws in a hexagonal hole, which makes no sense. A lot of them have, even on the 550, have improper machining. I'm going to show you this on this knife. Right here, there's a little dip there, and there's a hole cut out right there. The reason those are there is simply to keep the frame from cracking this way or this way. If yours doesn't have that, you are going to be more susceptible to have fatigue failure of your titanium down the road. Now, is this knife good for left-handed people? The Apostle P, he's left-handed. I am too, but I carry my knife on the right side. I wouldn't recommend putting the scale over here. It's just the way it is, and that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I basically say this is a right-hand carry knife with the option of carrying it, but you're giving up something. It's going all the way in your pocket, and I really hate that, because when I reach in and grab something, I have to reach in my pocket farther, and I like a little bit of exposed. I like deep carry, of course, just keep it from scratching things, this, there, or the other. Good clip on that, by the way. But I also like to have just a little bit to grab onto, and this affords me that option. LMAX steel. I'm going to give you another thing. I used to use this Microtech, and this is the Tachyon. Of course, this is a titanium Balsong, but this uses 154 cm blade right there, 154 cm. So all the new Microtechs, of course, use that shit, man. Right now I can't think of it. I probably said it in the beginning of the video. LMAX steel. And I've also got this this TMP, or the Nut and Fancy Project, whatever, Microtech. And of course this is number 99 of whatever the hell they made of them. And to be honest, I give Nut and Fancy, and I probably give Apostle Paul, and I give, you know, who's the other idiot? And she's not an idiot, but he's on YouTube, so that basically defines a person right there. The Wilderness Outfitters and all that crap. Now, I give all of them hell. That's because all of them make mistakes in their designs and their things and their reviews. And that's just the way it is. I make mistakes also. But I'm going to tell you God's honest truth. None of them are dumbasses. Except for one of them got fired for misrepresenting his military history. But that's neither here nor there. You know, police, sniper, I don't know. But I've had a history of not buying these, the LMAX steel. And I really, this one's S35 VN also. Right there, man. Woohoo! Tell me you love me. You just don't love me, do you? Whatever. S35VN. Cool knife, by the way. Microtech sometimes does a really good job. I don't like the LMAX steel, this, there, or the other. I had problems with their rifle. Everybody remembers who was with my channel back when I really bitched about it. They modified the rifle because it was very apparent. Now they stopped manufacturing of it. Of course, I sold mine just because I don't want to have a piece of something. It had some proprietary screw on it. And I know I get off on a bunch of shit. It had some proprietary screw to hold the damn thing together, which is the same as these. Safety screw, and that just is irritating. It's irritating on here. And that was, you know, it's the way it is. But anyway, the zero tolerance 3rd generation knives are probably going to be a success. Because, yeah, they have a coolness factor. Okay, this one's been discontinued. It's got some funky scales. People bitch about it. Da 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 da. Do I care? No. But aesthetically, they look really cool. Now they're getting to a point to where they're functioning really cool. And of course, Hinderer didn't design all of them. They have some other designs. They have one design out, which is from Jiminy Christmas. Emerson. They have an Emerson out, which also uses S35VN and is a flipper. Yeah, I think it's a flipper, and it also has the wave feature. And then it is the 3rd gen. It has the metal locking bar insert to actually lock the thing up. And also has this that there man thing, dude. But anyway, that there hexagon or whatever, man. But they're really cool knives now. I know a lot of people have gotten burned on them and lose money, and I really, that's why I'm very ultra critical of things on my channel. Because if you buy something based on my review and it turns out that you have a problem or this, there, or the other, and it doesn't get resolved, I feel, you know, do I feel obligated? No, you know, the world's a free place. You can do whatever the hell you want to. But I had a person one time who had bought an Orient watch, and that Orient apparently wasn't what they thought it was, or I don't know what the hell it was, and they scratched the hell out of it, or I don't know exactly what happened, but it became a problem. It was due to abuse. When I abuse my shit, it breaks. I expect it, you know, I expect it to be my issue, okay? But these are really big investments. $200 for a production knife that's big and heavy and overbuilt and this, that, or the other, and da 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 da. Would I carry this in a military or police role? No, I really wouldn't. It weighs too much. The blade's too short. It's this, that, or the other. I would do something else because this is 6.15 ounces. They have it rated at less weight, and you would think that, and I've heard people talk about it at being a lighter knife than that. You'd think with the entire skeletonization of this side that it would be lighter. But unfortunately, that's what it is. Is it cool? Yeah. Do I love the fact that it uses full-size hardware? Yeah. Do I like the S35V? Do I like the titanium with the steel? Do I like that it has phosphor bronze bushings? Do I like, that, the black spacers there are cool, or, whatever the hell you want to call them. Do I like the fact that it has flow-through design? Do I like the deep carry pocket clip? Do I like the fact that it has this, and also that metal bar in there? That metal bar actually hangs down below this. You can't tell, but that's extremely small groove, man. It just is. It is so thin that when I put a light down through it, you barely see light coming through it. But, it is what it is. If you have one of the old ones, just understand the limitations of the design that you possibly may have. and that this isn't a full-size Hinderer. This isn't all of those things, and it's a production knife at, you know, less than half the price of a Sabenza. So you have to have some limitations, some things. And a Sabenza, of course, is just a factory-produced knife also. You know, it's not a full custom like a Hinderer. It's not this, it's not that, da 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 da. Even though I guess Hinderers, you know, I don't know what their manufacturing facility looks like. I don't know what the hell they do. You know, it's not really my shit. It's not my brand, okay? But for ZT, 170 bucks to $200, and maybe a little bit more, I can recommend this knife. And of course, I'll just show you. This is serial number 7474. All my serial numbers for some reason are kind of like that. I've got one Emerson that's 666 that I will not ever carry, just because a friend got it for me, just because it had that serial number on it. And of course 99 for the TMP, and then this, there, or the other. But I mean, people rag on Nothing Fancy, but to be honest, he's a white bread. He's a Mormon living in Mormon heaven out in Utah. Would I want to hang out with him? Probably not. He's living in a place that has 3.2% alcohol. That's their beer. That's their liquor. You can't buy anything else refrigerated that's not 3.2%. And it's like, that wouldn't be a good party, man. It just wouldn't be something I'd want to go to. It's just the way it is. Would I want to go shooting with him? Fine. This, there, the other, da da da. I wouldn't do anything else. But yeah, that's really about as far as I go. I can live the rest of my life and never go back to Utah. The funny thing in Utah is everybody, because there's no alcohol, everybody in Utah, who waited on me was stoned. I go to Colorado where pot's legal and everybody's drunk. Tell me the rationale there. And I mean, I didn't just drive through. I stayed a long time. But it was funny. If you were fucked up and you were waiting on me, I knew. This is Guns, Knives, and Watches. Have a good one.